It's time for another edition of Mets Musings.
Hi, this is Ron Darling. This is Skip Lockwood.
Hi, I'm Ron Swoboda of the '69 New York Mets, and you're listening to Mets Musings with Gary Mack.
Now it's time for some New York Mets baseball talk. Here's Gary Mack bringing you the latest news and analysis from Mets Nation and the world of baseball on another edition of Mets Musings.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Mets Musings. I know we've been a little sporadic lately, but not a heck of a lot going on. Well, actually, there's been a lot the last couple of weeks, slowly but surely. But you've all probably heard by now that the Mets have parted ways with manager Luis Rojas. No surprise there. And they've shook up the coaching staff in a significant way. They've informed bench coach Dave Joss, Ricky Bones, bullpen coach, third base coach Gary DeSaucina, assistant coach, pitching coach Jeremy Accardo, first base coach Tony Tarasco, and Major League field coordinator Brian Schneider that they were free to seek other jobs. This is a courtesy extended to coaches expected to depart. In addition, the team is reassigning hitting coach. I guess they like that guy. I don't know. Hugh Quattlebaum and Kevin Howard to the minor leagues, where they were initially hired to work before the in-season firing of Chili Davis resulted in unplanned promotions. Pitching coach Jeremy Hefner was not given clearance to seek other work. The team values Hefner and holds a contract option on him. He and the Mets are discussing his future role, so he could be out as pitching coach on the major league level, but could be in the minor league level, or they could keep him in the major league level. I wouldn't say he did an awful job. This team just didn't have a strong hand. They needed a hand. They needed reins on them. And Rojas was too soft, I believe. That's my opinion. And just didn't get the job done. It's that simple. And hey, it happens. You make a choice, and it just doesn't work out. But we'll see what happens with that as we go on. Okay. So now the speculation begins. And, the early candidates are Carlos Beltran, Ron Washington, Bob Melvin, but he'd have to come in a trade. Clint Hurdle, Joe McEwing, Todd Zeal, somebody came up with John Gibbons, Buck Showalter, Bruce Bochy. Here's a couple other to continue. Walt Rice might be a guy, Atlanta's bench coach. Atlanta's going to get a big run on their coaches because Ron Washington, San Diego's interested perhaps in him, or Bochy. Let's see. Walt Weiss might be a nice fit for the Mets. And now another candidate has popped up, Mike Shildt of St. Louis. He just got fired by St. Louis, but don't be scared off by that. A lot of times these guys get fired. There's a conflict of interest with management, higher management, and really it means nothing at all sometimes. It just doesn't. They didn't get along. That's what it basically comes down to, and so don't rule that out as a possibility. Don't he just got fired. The guys they've been in the playoffs the 3 years he was there. St. Louis has came out of nowhere this year to get the last wild card spot. Yeah, they lost a wild card game, but boy, they had quite a second half to get there when a lot of teams struggled, including the Mets. Struggled in the second half. So let's not consider that, let's not throw that out. the baby out with the bathwater just because he just got fired. Can't count on that. A lot of these guys get fired. It's part of life. And it happens because that's the nature of the beast. You're hired to be fired eventually. So that could be a candidate there. But we won't know any of this until we get a president of baseball operation. And, the rumors are flowing there. I mean, it's not going to be Theo Epstein. We know that now. Steve Cohen talked with him, and they had a conversation. Both parties felt that it's not a good fit, so it will not be Theo Epstein. Billy Beane figures to be high on the Mets list. David Stern of the Brewers could be another guy that they could be interested in. But, Cohen had said at one time that he wanted to build the Dodgers of the East. He wanted to be like the Dodgers. And there's a couple of good executives there that the Mets have shown interest in with the Dodgers. A lot of this isn't going to take place now until the playoffs. And, well, technically, they could speak to the Brewers. They could ask for the permission. And the A's with Bean and the Brewers with Stearns, if they even get the permission. The Dodgers, we won't know. They could be eliminated tonight as we record this. So they could also speak to the Dodgers. So, it's a lot of this stuff. The Dodgers executives that they're interested in is Josh Burns and Brandon Gomes. So those are two guys that the Mets are interested in. So we'll see where it takes us. Burns is the former D-backs and Padres general manager, is currently the Dodgers seniors VP of baseball operations. And Gomes is 6 years removed from pitching in the big leagues with the Tampa Bay Rays. He is currently the Dodgers vice president and assistant GM. So could be a choice there as well. Two executives of the Dodgers that the Mets are interested in. It's all speculation now, of course, but we'll see where this will take us. All right, let's take a quick break and be back with some more Mets news after this.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MetsMusings, on Twitter at MetsMusingsGM, the Instagram is MetsMusings, and on YouTube at MetsMusings Mack. Wish to be a part of the show? Give us a call at 516-619-6341. Okay, and the Arizona Fall League has started, and the Mets will be one of 5 teams: the Brewers, the D-backs, the Tigers, and the Rockies, as well, providing players to the Salt River Rafters roster. Here's the Mets contingent of players headed to the AFL. Third baseman, left field, now they calling him a left fielder as well, Brett Batty, our number 2 Mets prospect, and number 45 in baseball, according to MLB Pipeline. Outfielders, second baseman Carlos Cortez, catcher Hayden Sanger, infielder Wilmer Reyes, right-handed pitcher Colin Holderman, right-handed pitcher Connor Gray, right-handed pitcher Garrison Bryant, and right-handed pitcher Brian Matoya. All going to the Arizona Fall League, and I think they had their start already. And Brett Batty is off to a very quick start there. Had a big first game for the Salt River Rafters, so he's continuing where he left off at the beginning of the year. And Carlos Correa, the free agent from the Houston Astros, says that he teases the possibility about joining the Mets or the Yankees. He loves the East Coast, but he doesn't say whether he likes dark blue or blue and orange better. So I don't know where he would play on the Mets. He's a shortstop. We don't need a shortstop. We have two potential shortstops if they sign Baez, and we signed Lindor. Both younger, as young, I should say. Correa is 27. And so I don't know where he would play with the Mets and whether he'd want to play third base and the amount of money that he'd be looking for. I don't think it'd be worth it for the Mets. Of course, if they don't sign Baez and would rather sign Correa, that's always a possibility. But I don't know. My guess is he'll end up with the Yankees because the Yankees need a shortstop. And, they're always willing to pay the Yankees and blow everybody out of their water. So we'll just have to see where that all goes. All right, let's take a quick break again, and we'll be back with the Farm Report right after this. 516-619-6341. That is the comment voicemail hotline if you'd like to be a part of the show, and drop us a line, leave us a comment or a voicemail question, anything at all. Call that number 516-619-6341, or go to MetsMusings.com and click on that widget in the middle of the screen, and that's a speak pipe, and you can leave a voicemail right through your computer through your computer's microphone. Or if you prefer to do things the old-fashioned way, send us an email at metsmusings@gmail.com. The Facebook page is facebook.com/groups/MetsMusings. And if you'd like to help out the show, check out our Patreon page. Check out the campaign at patreon.com/MetsMusings. Okay, time to go down on the farm, and Mets top prospects Ronnie Mauricio and Francisco Alvarez were named to the High A East All-Star team. Great honor for those guys. And Mets prospects Mark Vientos and Jake Mangum have been named to the Double A Northeast League All-Star team after their impressive seasons with Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Vientos finished in the top 10 of the league in almost every category, including 4th in home runs, 4th in WRC plus, and 2nd in isolated slugging. His success with Binghamton earned him a late season promotion to AAA Syracuse. He posted a 9.979 OPS with 5 extra base hits in 11 games for Syracuse. Overall in 2021, Vientos slashed .281 with 18 doubles, 25 home runs, and 63 RBIs in only 349 plate appearances. After playing only shortstop and third base in the minor leagues previously, the Mets' number 5 prospect was introduced to first base and left field during the 2021 season. So Vientos has been moving around. Mangum, 25 years old, finished tied for fourth in the league with his .294 average, and his 4 triples tied him for sixth. The talented defensive center fielder hit .294 with 21 doubles, 7 home runs, and 14 stolen bases in 75 games for Binghamton. Both Mangum and Vientos figure to start the 2022 season on the cusp of the big leagues at AAA Syracuse. So congrats to them on a big year and being rewarded for that. Congratulations to all of them, including Mauricio and Alvarez as well. And I'm surprised Batty didn't get named as well because he had a decent year too, but not everybody goes. So he's going to the Arizona Fall League. He'll get his kudos there. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Another quick one. But, we'll keep on top of things. Who's the next manager going to be? Who's the next president of operations going to be? And we'll let you know as soon as we know. So, until next time, don't forget, try to subscribe to the show on YouTube and smash that like button. It's good for the Google and YouTube analytics as my dog goes crazy for some reason. And it'll let you know when there is another episode of the show being released. It's going to get sporadic in the off season, so, but we're still here. We're still going. On the road to 500, if you will. So, stick with us. And until next time, remember, keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go Mets. And I'll see you next time on another edition of Mets Musings.